Morning. Okay, so I am the soul pool, you are the soul pool, we are the soul pool, together as a collective. Without you this doesn't work. They're giving me one I don't know this morning. Something about a green river. And they're showing me, you know, like the swamps near New Orleans where they have them, where they go everywhere in boats and that, and there's lots of plants. Green river. I have to say, last time I saw something like that, it wasn't positive, but that's not to say this isn't. So let's see, because the 16 is shocks, it's the tower moments, blessings in disguise, or in denial about what needs to come crashing down. It's about being vulnerable, taking your walls down, or destroying the prison you've made for yourself, the ivory tower. So let's see, shall we? What do we need to know today, Spirit, please? 16. This period of time has been mentioned a lot in the reads, hasn't it? So we'll see. Someone stuck riding the rapids, stormy waters, 6 weeks, not moving on. That's the watermelon man. Do you remember the story where he was adopted into a family in Trek like their own, and he was the favourite of the father, and the natural biological kids didn't like him for that reason? So they kept whispering in the dad's ear that he didn't really love him, it was just about the money. So he was exiled to an island with his family and his wife, isolated and alone. That could be last year because of the ox. And because of a watermelon that washed up on the shore, they managed to make a living selling watermelons to passing ships. But they were stuck. The ships could pass, but they were stuck. They had no other means of making their way. But they became rich and prosperous through selling the watermelons, and everybody knew about them. And they was just in the right spot. And the king heard about him. He came and he took him back into the family fold. Not sure whether I would have wanted to go back after the way I'd been treated, but there you go. It's a man who's lost everything, businessman. It's Capricorn energy. Could be a late Capricorn, which makes it Aquarius, or an early Capricorn, which would make it a Sagittarius cusper. Doesn't have to be a man, but it usually is. But the most important thing is the Capricorn energy, which is what we had on the 13th, the full moon. It was once a good friend, now a dangerous enemy, because he could have been a dangerous enemy to the king for the way he'd been treated. There's a lot of confusion here, running out of options, living in a dream world. If you're not careful and you don't choose right, it'll be chosen for you and you might not like the outcome. There may be issues with child maintenance. There's no check in the post. There's no improvement in finances. And there is a younger Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. So this could be a man who is poverty conscious. Someone, man and boy, that always was worried about not having enough money. So it looks like he carried that on and worked really hard at the cost of his inner child, this one, still feeling the lack because they wanted to be free. They wanted to be outside, in the fresh air, enjoying themselves. But all he could concentrate on was working and showing possibly his own child how to make a living instead of enjoying life. So it could be, like I said, your children or your inner child that feels like they want to be free. But to do that, you've got to bring those walls crashing down. You've got to destroy everything. It could be arguments, accidents, losses within the home, the child rebelling against the father figure, people leaving home, arguments, accidents, losses within the home, electrical and water problems. But it's a blessing in disguise because it frees both. But someone's stuck because of the children, or they feel they are. But they need to take action, and they have to take action now. So what Spirit's telling us is, look back to your childhood. And remember the happiness of the days that you used to have, the summer days when you played, and be a true guide to your children. Show them what really matters in life, and it's not the material. Because right now we are in a very strange period of time. The planets that are coming into play have never been in the position they're going to be in before. So it's unknown to everyone, even the astrologers. Not quite yet, but in a couple of years. And the thing is, the world is never going to be the same again. Not to put a downer on anything, but it isn't. Things are going to come crashing down. And you may not be able to rely on material ways of getting by. You're just going to have to make it your own way and be free. And if that means growing watermelons, so be it. You have to find a way of showing your kids how to survive if the money isn't there. And if you've mollycoddled your kids and they're not talking to you because you won't buy them the next Xbox or whatever, there's a problem. Because there might not be any power that you can afford to power that internet even. They've got to learn to be self-sufficient and stand on their own 2 feet. So you may have done it for all the right reasons, but that doesn't mean that it was the right thing to do. So let's see. It's going to be harder for them to learn if you stay doing something or stay in a situation. You may not want to change things, but they'll be changed for you, just like this gentleman. You may lose everything, and then you're going to have to start fresh. So take action now, before it's too late. Yeah, no communication. Again, the inner child or a child, Taurus, Vega, Capricorn. No communication. Someone may be blocked. Someone may be costing you financially. And you have to take action. Twice they've doubled up already. And there's no major arcanas except today's card. So it's an internal struggle. And there we have financial success. You're running out of options. Leo energy. So wherever Leo's in your chart, it's someone who's demanding financial success. Security, family security, financially and emotionally. 10 years. That may be coming to an end. 10s are endings. You've got to grow your finances in some way and learn to see things from a different angle. You cannot solve a problem with the same mind that caused it. Pisces energy, the number 12. It's the person again that sacrificed herself for other people, giving the fire to people, and then faced the consequences. And the people went away and had the barbecues and enjoyed their life and forgot all about him making that sacrifice. And he suffered every day in limbo, doing the same thing. Groundhog Day. For what? For ungrateful people, family members, kids, work colleagues. Will they even remember when you're gone? You need to live your life now. Stop putting it on hold. Stop putting money away for a rainy day. So that rainy day is already here. There it is again. They've doubled up again. You're running out of options. You're living in a dream world. Apart from Kristen, because she's already sorted. So it could cause bickering and arguments, conflicts and competition. So if you've already planned for this and you already feel secure, then others will be trying to compete with you, will try to badger you into feeling like you're doing the wrong thing. Possibly the kids. But two fives bring about changes. Don't look back. Don't dwell on the past. Don't cry over spilt milk. There's been a disappointment and you will have played your part in it, but you're not to blame. And there's enemies here, but I think the enemies are yourself. You need to sever ties and be more detached. Don't mollycoddle people. Don't enable people to stay the same. Don't play the martyr or the victim to get what you want, because that's not going to work. It's time to learn to say no. Don't say yes when you mean no. And they've been saying this for weeks. So unusually I'm going to do 4 rounds because there's hardly any major arcanas. Only the 12. The 12 is positive. And we don't know what that means. It could be next March. It could be, because it's Pisces card, it could be the 12th of August. It could be wherever you see the number 12, but it's positive. Let things fall where they will. You can't manipulate people. It's just karmic situations, secrets, and hidden enemies. Because that gentleman could have once been a good friend and a generous one, and now he's an enemy. You need to take action. You can't make this up. So 3 times we've had the Page of Pentacles. It is either something new that hasn't paid off financially, somebody's blocked, no communication, the check didn't arrive in the mail, or kids costing you a lot of money. Coming with their hand out, expecting financial aid. Yeah, codependent situation. They're not growing up to stand on their own 2 feet. They're dependent on you for their living. So you are at the dark night of the soul. What are you going to do? Are you going to enable them to stay needy and unable to survive when you're gone, or are you going to make sure that they can stand on their own 2 feet? Teach the children, and we're not just talking about our own children, we're teaching the younger generation how to survive. Children are what matters. We won't be here forever. Pass on your knowledge. Rest. You've won one battle, but you haven't won the war. So Spirit is telling you you need to rest, because there is a time coming up where we need to take action. But you should take some action today, because we've got one day there. And there it is again, the Hanged Man. You are sacrificing yourself for ungrateful people, or not seeing things from a different angle, or people pleasing to get what you want. You have to manifest more positively. You have all the tools at your disposal to make miracles happen. The 1 or 28 is positive energy. It's Gemini. It's siblings. It's twins. It's communications. In other words, Spirit wants you to stop this being blocked. You need to talk. You need to communicate to siblings, brothers and sisters. But Spirit sees us all as one big family, so that could be anybody really. But it could be the siblings of your children. There is something here, 6 of Pentacles, where you have to give to receive. We don't give to receive, but you have to give out equally. And don't treat anybody any different than you would treat yourself. And there we have it again, the 6 of Swords. We're stuck because we aren't getting over this. We're in stormy waters and somebody's being stubborn, refusing to accept that things are changing. And there is an offer there of help, that you just aren't taking it. Spirit is saying, they've told you over and over again, you have to take a different path. You have to see things differently. Before it's too late, you need to take action. So the 12 can go either way, because it's up to you whether you want to stay playing the martyr, stuck in an unhappy situation, a karmic situation, or if you're going to be positive and manifest your own reality, make your own future, make the miracle happen. Yeah, a transformation needs to take place. 13, so now we've got the 12 and 13. Scorpio energy, something has to end so a new beginning can take place. A birth, a rebirth, the reproductive organs, shared resources. There has to be a change, and you have to come out of this toxic situation. So we have the Capricorn energy again in positive. 15, positive energy. Don't sign anything, don't agree to anything, don't be manipulated anymore by anyone. You are being used, or you have been, and you have to see that and walk away from the toxic energy. It could be material life, keeping up with the Joneses, having to have so many holidays a year or whatever it is. That isn't going to help. If you carry on living as if outside your means, as my granny would say, you're going to regret it, because you're going to need what you've got. You can't keep buying the kids designer clothes and stuff like that. It's not going to work. So there we have it, 3 5s. Massive changes have to take place, and nobody's going to like it, and it is going to cause trouble. There is somebody here who is a bird in a gilded cage. They have all the trappings of wealth, but nothing they really want or need. So either they're isolating themselves, or they're being isolated, feeling half erased. So it could be the guy that works hard all week, comes home, and the kids and the wife are happy because they've got everything they want, but he's left with nothing. He's too tired to enjoy anything because he's having to work extra hours because there's less money, but he's got to keep up that lifestyle. So it's time to say no. It could be that you're the female provider and you feel the same, that you're going to work, working hard, doing extra hours, doing everything you can to make everybody happy, and in the process make yourself miserable. That's not a life. And it's been going on for at least 5 years. Could be 6, could be 7, could be 10. And you feel that it isn't worth it. What's it all about? It's not worth it. We've got 2 7s. You're reevaluating. You're reaping what you sow. But like we said, it is a disappointment, but you're not to blame. But it may be, like I said, that you didn't want your kids to go without, so you got them everything. And now you're reaping what you sow, because now they're ungrateful. They're not surviving or able to stand on their own. And you feel that that's your fault, that you need to provide. No, you don't. Today's a new day. You can take action now. You can teach them the hard way, and it won't be pleasant, how to stand on their own 2 feet. Or it could be that you've put yourself into a business that didn't pay off how you'd like. So, if that means that you have to let that business go into bankruptcy and wait a period of time and start again, because Spirit's saying you have learned a lot of knowledge. You're more than halfway there. But this isn't working the way you're doing it. You have to do things differently. And what you've learned will come into play. So it's not wasted time. You haven't failed. It's not a race. Don't compare yourself to others. Don't get into that competition of bickering with others. That's your ego talking. Many millionaires have been bankrupt 3 or 4 times. You learn from your lessons. You reap what you sow. So put the effort in. You are good enough. Stop beating yourself up. Start thinking positive. Stop being depressed. 5 of Swords, we've got all 4 5s there. So this is bringing about a massive change. There could be a violent argument. I've told you, don't go with your knee-jerk reactions, but your emotions are going to take over. And somebody is prodding you with a big stick, probably the kids, and you may explode. A violent episode. It's best to walk away before you get in too deep, because somebody here is willing to win at all costs. They will cut the nose off to spite the face, and you will feel like you've lost. But there's no winners in this game. Everyone will lose and everyone will regret it. And then there's a communication. So stay positive. So maybe the kids say you took the kids out the house, they've got to 19 and they're saying this, that and the other, and they won't get a job or whatever. And you have to use tough love. They will come around. Whatever happens, eventually there'll be communication, positive communication. That cheque will be in the mail. It's just slow in arriving. You will receive a gift or a letter or some important information that improves things slightly. Taurus, Vega, Capricorn child mentioned more than once. Could be somebody of a younger energy. It doesn't have to be a child. In uniform, possibly, darker complexion. But mostly it's the new beginnings of a financial situation. You are learning some very hard lessons. There may be addictions involved. So maybe they're on drugs, they're drinking, whatever it is. And you're feeding that habit. And it's only going to get worse. And that you've tried everything. Now you've hit rock bottom. So it's time to say no. They have to learn the hard lessons of life themselves. You may be learning some hard lessons of life because you've never been in this situation before. So there could be weight gain, addictions, alcohol, drugs, chocolate, cigarettes, gambling, addictions to a way of life even. So now we've got the 14. We've got the 12, 13, 14 and 15, which could be of August. Sagittarius energy. It's negative. And financial security and emotional security. Taurus, Vega, Capricorn, female, possibly in uniform, possibly a darker complexion. If you take action and don't dwell on the past and don't cry for spilt milk and don't budge on this, in this one thing you have to be stubborn. They will grow in, especially if it's a girl, to a very stable, secure young person. But you have to put your boundaries in place. And then at 17, wishes and dreams will come true. Face the chaos head on, and there will be hope, healing and freedom. Perhaps even fame. From this hard lesson, something beautiful will grow. But you have to follow your guardian light and do what's right for you. And if they don't like it, be it work, relationship, or with your family, kids, stuff like that, that's just tough. You have to do what's best for you. Aquarius energy. Healing needs to take place. So with today's card, we have the 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th and 17th. It's unheard of, so it's important. And it could be August. So woe betide any of you if you're going on holiday on that period of August, because it's definitely going to be a doozy. Yeah, the truth has to be told. Number 6. Saturn. And it's going to be a shock to some. And it could cause heartache, sorrow, loss and separation. Perhaps minor surgery. But it's got to happen. It's karma. You're reaping what you sow. As she is planted, so does she harvest. So there's consequences, and you've got to teach your kids there's consequences. The name Grant could be important. So as you sow, so shall you reap the field of karma. And at the minute, you're reaping negative rewards. But you've got to stay positive. You can turn this around if you change your mindset. So they're talking about the Reaper, which is, again, the death card. Something has to end. Shedding a skin, transforming, making the changes. The Rainbow. And Cronus, the father, Zeus. Cronus devoured his children to prevent losing his throne. So maybe, like I said, you have lost that connection with the kids because all you've done is work and work and work to keep a home that you might lose anyway. You know? What's more important? As long as the love's there, it doesn't matter where you live. It's not exactly cruelty, so you have to be cruel to be kind sometimes. It simply points out what is true and cuts away what's delusional or no longer useful. So maybe that you're going for a separation with your partner and the kids don't like it and they want you to be together, but there's no love there. You can't stay together just because the kids want it. Know that you are being challenged and it is a time to make it or break it. Life will be harsh for a while and restrictive. You are facing an enemy who may well be yourself. Saturn shows us at times it is in our best interest not to have those things that we want. So tell the kids no. And that if we were to have them, they probably would lead to our destruction. Just look where it got you. Wanting the good things in life. If this is a time of sorrow or hopelessness, there you go. Hopelessness. Realise that it's all about diligence. You have to stick to what you believe in. There you go, because you manifest your own reality. No one else does that for you. and adhering to your goals. This is a period in your life that emphasises toughness and work. It's all about not giving up and following through. Saturn also deals with power and control, often meaning law enforcement or the military, which these could both be people in the police, because it may deteriorate that far that you need to call the police. You may have encounters with law enforcement at this time and do watch for that possibility, but that encounter may not necessarily be a negative one, because sometimes if they've gone that far, you need to do something about it. If it is, though, you will need to play by the rules and do what's thought correct or expected. We're talking about convention here. Any rallying against authority or tradition isn't going to serve you well at this minute. So you do need to take action, but you don't have to go out and make it obvious. On a more positive side, you may meet a fatherly type who will help advance your goals. Saturn can sometimes herald the appearance of a sage or a teacher. This will be no small thing and can indicate a mentor arriving, so someone new of major importance in your life. The Magician, where is it? There he is. Someone or something new of major importance in your life. The 1 or 28. Saturn can sometimes herald the appearance of a sage or a teacher, and this will be no small thing. Dealing with the aged may be an issue now or in the near future, and problems with the bones, joints, and skeletal structure could crop up. Dental complications are possible. Feeling your age, no matter what your biological age is, will seem pressing and even worrying. Why have I not accomplished much at this age? There you go, feeling not good enough. Talking yourself down. Have I wasted my time? Did I allow important affairs to slip by me while concentrating on the non-essential matters? Possibly, but why are you looking back on the past? You can't change the past. All you can do is change your future. Many lessons have been learned and are still being learned, and problems conquered currently or in the near future. The gift of Saturn is keeping you on your path, helping you face the parts of your life that you may dread, like ending a relationship or a job, or losing a house, or the kids leaving home. But you must fulfill. So face the chaos, feel the fear, and heal. They are your contracts toward a solid achievement and a better life. Circumstances will be harsh for a while, but believe that your sacrifice is worth it. It's a good time to be diligent, so sacrificing yourself isn't, but the sacrifices you need to make to go forwards is the material sacrifices. Because we've got 2 12s there, one upright and one not. It's a good time to be diligent, don't rush anything, and whatever you're asking about is likely to take some considerable time. It will not come about quickly. Separations and partings finding life rather disagreeable. Possible minor surgery, like I say. Restrictions, penalties, shattering experiences, disappointment, but from it you will grow. Wow, look at the blue there. That is the truth. The blue chakra is your throat chakra. Someone is depressed, isolated, and alone. There we are. The bird in the gilded cage. There she is. You need help. There she is. Number 11. Massively important. So the 11 may mean something to you. However you see it is a possible positive sign. Is this a time where you or someone you know is feeling down? A strong feeling of isolation that is so powerful you feel like you don't know your place in this world? Are you feeling alone and wishing you could find some way of making the pain go away? This is a time where you need to reach out. It may be as small as asking a friend over to talk, or picking up the phone and calling a loved one. That's what Spirit said, isn't it? Communicate. Either way, you need to know that you're not alone. Your guides and spirits are always there and have never left you, even though you feel like there's no one. When you feel distant, ask yourself, have I put up a wall? What did I say about being vulnerable and bringing those walls crashing down? Have I distanced myself from everyone that I love? What has caused me this pain, and have I felt the need to withdraw? You need to take time to think of the things in your life that make you smile and create joy. It may be an animal, a hobby, a person that makes you smile. Draw on that feeling and make it grow inside you. Feel the joy, the happiness, the love. Push away the bad feelings and bring your walls down, even if it's just a little. It is always a good time when you're not feeling your best to ground and protect yourself. Your energy needs to flow as if it may be stuck, which is what we started with, the Six of Swords. Your energy is stuck. It's time to do things differently. Do a grounding and protection exercise that feels right for you. Sometimes when we're in a vulnerable state, it leaves us open to other energies that can affect us. So when we don't allow those energies in, it can give us just the lift we need. If this card is for someone you feel is experiencing this, maybe it's up to you to reach out to them. Maybe they seem as though they don't need help, but deep down, it's exactly what they need. Small acts of kindness can be just what someone needs, especially to those that wear a mask to cover their sadness. Wow. It was a bit of a big deal today, wasn't it? And it could be medical matters. I know I've been going through a lot of medical issues, so bombarding me with stuff. So face it. Don't deny what's going wrong, and you will succeed. Yeah, Atlantis. Authority figures, government officials, bosses, father figures, and the Celtic. Past life issues. And what do I say about medical matters? Medicine woman or man. And I'm having a lot of dealings with them just lately. So, Atlantis. Memories of an idyllic time in your childhood, what did I say? Longing for the past, tragic endings, unexplained phobias or fears. So, feeling frozen in that fight, flight, freeze mode. Everything, especially of water. Recall a time of peace and political corruption, misuse of power. So to get through this, you have to remember the good times. The corruption, the political misuse of power is the authority figures. Following rules, intimidation. Follow rules, okay, when you know that they're for the right reasons, but don't follow blindly. Intimidation, power-hungry abuse, causing fear in past. Do not fear and bow down to others to keep the peace. Depression, learned helplessness. So you've learnt to play the helpless one, or someone has, perhaps the kids, like I said. Giving up on trying to improve your life, or them giving up on trying to improve their life because they don't need to. Self-love is needed here. See yourself as whole and healed, and don't let others dim your light. Celtic. So connections to Ireland or Scotland, Stonehenge, possibly childhood holidays in Ireland or Scotland. King Arthur, so Knights of the Round Table, maybe spirit of being sarcastic and you've got a round table. Look into the way that Arthur held his court. He didn't have a square table because he didn't want to sit at the head of it. He wanted to be part of a group. You may have some Arthurian books or ornaments, things like that. Look at the old ways, the old faiths, and healing, herbs, alternative healing, oak trees, which is July, the druids, the fairies, the elves, the fae willows, ancient forest spirit sites help heal with memories. So get out into nature. So we've got Scorpio moon. Well, we've got Scorpio there, the transformation that needs to take place. Where's she gone? No, there she is. Scorpio, the moon, and 7th house of Libra. Marriages, partnerships, maybe somebody's in separation and it's causing problems with the kids, like I said. And do you know what? I'm going to start the weeklies, and I will. Okay, I haven't forgot about the songs, just don't have time with all the medical visits. We are going to pull a goddess card as well, because the energy is really difficult right now. I know it is for a lot of us. It's hitting us all differently: health, finances, or both of those, relationships, etc. Sekhmet, the Egyptian lion goddess. So again, Leo, finances. So 7th house we know is Libra. It's the loins, the marital home, the colours blue and brown, relationships, matrimony, partnerships, unity, other people, projections, public enemies, and possible lawsuits. Which we've got there. Yeah. A transformation is taking place, and you may not like it, but it's a blessing in disguise. So, moon in Scorpio. Emotionally intense, perspicacious, compulsive, secretive, resentful, and jealous. The moon in Scorpio has a capacity for self-transformation, but fears rejection or abandonment. So that's what's holding you back. Your fear of rejection or abandonment. You've got to let it go and communicate. Thanks for listening.